Long ago, in a prosperous kingdom surrounded by thick forests and rolling hills, there lived a hunter who was blind. Though his eyes could not see, his other senses were sharper than any man's. He could hear a leaf fall from a mile away, smell danger carried on the wind, and feel the footsteps of animals through the very earth itself. But the people in his village laughed at him. "How can a blind man possibly hunt?" they mocked. Yet, despite their scorn, every single day the blind hunter returned from the forest with food. He was never empty-handed. His skills were a quiet mystery, a testament to a different kind of sight. At the very same time, the king of this land faced a great and terrible problem. His only daughter, the princess, had fallen gravely ill. A mysterious sickness had taken hold of her, and no healer in the kingdom could find a cure. Every potion, every prayer, every medicine failed. The princess grew weaker with each passing day. As despair began to settle over the palace, an old, wise herbalist finally spoke. "Your Majesty," he said in a weak voice, "there is only one thing that can save her, the heart of the legendary golden antelope. But it lives deep within the forbidden forest, a place from which no hunter has ever returned alive." Desperate, the king made a bold announcement to all his people. "Whoever brings me the golden antelope," he declared, "will receive riches beyond their wildest dreams and my daughter's hand in marriage." The promise of such a reward was immense, and many of the kingdom's strongest and bravest hunters immediately took up the challenge. They marched into the forbidden forest, full of confidence and pride. But days turned into weeks, and none of them returned. A heavy silence fell over the kingdom as hope began to fade once more. When the blind hunter heard the king's announcement, he quietly picked up his bow and prepared to leave. The villagers who saw him couldn't believe it. They gathered around him, laughing loudly. "You can't even see your own feet," one shouted. "You will surely die before you take 10 steps," another mocked. The blind hunter simply turned toward the sound of their voices and said calmly, "Eyes are not the only way to see." Ignoring their cruel words, he turned and walked into the shadowed entrance of the forbidden forest, disappearing into the trees completely alone. The forest was a living labyrinth of peril, designed to test anyone who dared to enter. The blind hunter immediately felt its challenges. He heard the low, hungry growl of hidden beasts and calmly changed his path to avoid them. He felt the subtle shift in the ground that signaled a hidden trap and stepped carefully around it. He didn't rely on sight, but on listening to every rustle, every snap, every breath of the wind. He walked for what felt like an eternity, guided only by his senses. And then he heard it, a heartbeat, slow, powerful, and pure. It resonated with a unique energy he knew instantly was the golden antelope. He raised his bow, not aiming with his eyes, but with his entire being, with his soul. The arrow flew, and the forest fell completely silent. The golden antelope was his. He returned to the palace, and the antelope's heart was quickly prepared into a medicine for the princess. She drank it, and by the next morning, a miracle had occurred. She stood strong and healthy, the color returned to her cheeks. The entire palace erupted in joy and celebration. But when the king learned the identity of the hero who had saved his daughter, he was utterly shocked. "A blind man?" he whispered in disbelief. He had expected a mighty warrior, not this quiet, unassuming hunter. Still, a promise was a promise, and the king knew he must honor his word. The princess, now fully recovered, asked to meet her savior. They walked together in the royal gardens. "They say you cannot see me," she said gently. The blind hunter smiled. "I see more than faces," he replied. "I see kindness. I see courage. I see truth." The princess began spending all her time with him. She learned of his profound wisdom, his unshakable humility, and the quiet courage that defined him. She soon went to her father, the king, and told him, "This man sees the world with more clarity than anyone who has eyes." It was then that the king finally understood the nature of true strength. And so, the blind hunter became a prince. He wasn't celebrated for his physical strength, nor his ability to see, but for the wisdom and compassion that lived in his heart. From that day forward, the entire kingdom learned a powerful lesson, that true vision does not come from the eyes at all. It comes from wisdom, courage, and the understanding heart. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe for more tales that explore the deeper meanings of life.